Yeah, I mean, I spoke about it last week that he was committing somewhere on Saturday, and that ended up coming to fruition, and he picked Miami. ROMELO BRINSON goes to Miami Northwestern. He's a guy who was committed to Miami previously and then decommitted during last season, and we obviously know the struggles that Miami had last year. But he's 6'2", 180. He's a dynamic wide receiver. I called him a beast. I said that anybody would be lucky to get him to commit to their program, and that ended up being Miami again. And it was funny because as we were all watching the Instagram live stream, my voice from our show, the last time that we did one, talking about that he was going to commit, all of a sudden started playing in the commitment video because he had like a LED truck with 4 or 3 sides that were video screens. And so he's playing the video, and it has speakers on top of the truck and everything. And I'm watching on Instagram Live like everybody else, like, okay, whatever. It's a Saturday evening. I'm watching it. And then I hear my voice, and my Twitter mentions lit up, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's Cam! We know! We got!" So it was pretty cool. So I guess that just goes to show that people are watching, people are listening to what I'm saying and what we're doing here, and we greatly appreciate that. And that ended up with ROMELO BRINSON, one of the best wide receivers in America, committing back to the hometown Hurricanes, and that's a great thing. Like I said, I'm literally sitting over here on the recliner in the living room and just, watching it, ready to, post the welcome to the U or the darn it, we missed on him pieces because, of course, being a prepared blogger, I had both ready. And then I heard my own personal voice, and yeah, it was kind of crazy. So, yeah. So there are teams and players from various programs because they're voluntary workouts, which we all know are not really voluntary. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But they're returning now. And even Miami, they posted, the University of Miami athletic account and the Canes football account posted when players were coming back to campus this past week. So there are players returning who were, because the first group was the players who were rehabbing injuries. They could be back first, and now everybody can be there. Obviously, they're following distancing and everything. The dates that you were talking about is, and I just saw it, I just tweeted it before coming on here, the NCAA officially approved the 6-week preseason timeline that had been discussed, as opposed to the 4-week. So you have, 2 weeks of, an additional 2 weeks basically. And those would be the July 7th and July 24th dates. So that's when camp is going to start, depending on when your first game is going to take place or is scheduled to take place for the 2020 season. But yeah, most everybody is back and around. I know I saw Amari Carter was in that video. DJ Ivy was in that video. And those are local guys. Amari Carter from Palm Beach Gardens. DJ Ivy from, he went to Homestead High School. So local to the Miami area. But yeah, players are making their way back. They're doing the voluntary workouts and things of that nature. I saw Jay Feely tweeted something, the strength and conditioning coach, at like 4 a.m. So I guess that was getting ready for that early 5 or 6 a.m. lift or things like that. So yeah, you're starting to see players from all kinds of programs making their way back to campuses.
So correct me on this note, because everything you just stated was my understanding of the situation, that yes, players are back on campus, and in most universities took the approach that we want any players with any kind of medical issues, meaning injuries, to report first. And then, we would phase in the players. Not 105 players are going to show up on the first day. And again, It's voluntary, but much like NFL mini camps, it's not voluntary. If you want to win a job and you're a competitive football player, and those are the kind of players we're talking about at these kind of programs. But the early July date, which again is the first week of July, depending on when your first game is, I thought that was going to be a kind of another phase of conditioning in which the players would be monitored by the coaches then.
Right. That's the beginning of the 6-week timeline. You know what I mean? So that's part of that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so it's like both of them go together. You have the players coming back now for fully voluntary things, but then that July time, like you're talking about, that's the monitored workouts are part of the new or approved 6-week preseason model.
904 Hurricane, thank you so much for reminding everyone to hit the like button. It's a very simple process. It seems like it's insignificant, but it is not. So if you like what we do here, and specifically with Cam each week, start by hitting the like button. And of course, there's a number of other things you can do. The super chat is available as well.